What if I told you that the company powering ChatGPT, self-driving cars, and the world's biggest AI breakthroughs almost went bankrupt? Today, NVIDIA is worth trillions of dollars, but over 30 years ago, it was just a tiny startup founded by 3 engineers with one bold idea. Almost no one believed they would succeed. So how did Jensen Huang turn a struggling startup into one of the most valuable companies on Earth? Let's find out. Today, NVIDIA sits at the heart of the AI revolution. From gaming and robotics to healthcare and supercomputers, its technology powers some of the world's most advanced innovations. But this incredible success didn't happen overnight. Behind NVIDIA is the inspiring story of a man who believed in the future long before anyone else did. That man is Jensen Huang. Jensen Huang's early life. Jensen Huang was born in Taiwan in 1963. At the age of 9, he moved to the United States with his brother in search of a better future. Life wasn't easy. He had to adapt to a new language, a new culture, and a completely different way of life. These early struggles taught him resilience, discipline, and the value of hard work. As he grew older, Jensen developed a passion for engineering. He earned a degree in electrical engineering from Oregon State University and later completed his master's degree at Stanford University. Before starting his own company, he spent several years working in the semiconductor industry, where he gained the experience that would shape his future. In 1993, Jensen Huang met with 2 engineers, Chris Malachowski and Curtis Priam, at a small restaurant in California. During lunch, they discussed an ambitious idea. Instead of building another computer company, they wanted to create powerful graphics processors that could transform the future of computing. It was a risky vision. The graphics market was still small, investors weren't convinced, and success was far from guaranteed. But the 3 engineers believed they were building something that could change the industry forever, so they founded NVIDIA. At the time, no one could have imagined that this small startup would one day become one of the world's most valuable companies. The first challenge. Starting the company was only the beginning. Money was limited, competition was intense, and every product carried enormous pressure. Jensen wasn't just the CEO. He was involved in engineering, recruiting, fundraising, and solving problems every single day. Despite all the challenges, he kept telling his team to stay focused on the long-term vision. But soon, NVIDIA faced its biggest crisis yet. One failed product pushed the company to the edge of bankruptcy. With cash running out, it seemed like NVIDIA's journey might end before it had truly begun. But instead of giving up, Jensen Huang made a bold decision that would change the company's future forever. A company on the edge. By the mid-1990s, NVIDIA was fighting for survival. One of its early products failed, and the company was running out of money. Investors were losing confidence, competitors were growing stronger, and many believed NVIDIA wouldn't survive another year. Jensen Huang later revealed that the company had only a few months of cash left. Most startups would have given up, but Jensen made a bold decision. He asked his team to stop focusing on failed ideas and put everything into building one revolutionary graphics chip. It was a huge risk. If it failed, NVIDIA would disappear forever. The game changer. In 1999, that risk finally paid off. NVIDIA launched the GeForce 256, which it called the world's first GPU, or graphics processing unit. The new chip delivered faster performance and more realistic graphics than anything gamers had seen before. The product became a huge success and completely changed NVIDIA's future. The company went public, attracted major investors, and finally had the money to keep innovating. But Jensen Huang wasn't thinking only about gaming. He believed GPUs could solve much bigger problems. A vision years ahead. Unlike traditional CPUs, GPUs could perform thousands of calculations at the same time. Jensen realized this technology could be used for scientific research, data analysis, and eventually artificial intelligence. In 2006, NVIDIA introduced CUDA, a platform that allowed developers to use GPUs for much more than graphics. At first, very few people understood its importance. Many investors questioned why NVIDIA was spending so much money on AI research when the market was still so small. But Jensen ignored the criticism. He believed that one day AI would change the world, and when that happened, NVIDIA would would be ready. For years, the company continued investing in AI, while most competitors focused only on gaming. It was a long-term strategy that required patience, confidence, and courage. And that patience was about to pay off in a way no one could have imagined. Because just a few years later, the AI revolution would begin, and suddenly the entire world would need NVIDIA's technology. In late 2022, everything changed. The launch of ChatGPT showed the world what artificial intelligence could do. Overnight, companies everywhere rushed to build more powerful AI systems. But there was one major challenge. Training AI models required massive computing power, and the best chips for the job came from one company, NVIDIA. Tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, and countless AI startups began buying NVIDIA GPUs in huge numbers. Demand became so high that the company's chips were sold out for months. After years of preparation, NVIDIA had become the backbone of the AI revolution, a trillion-dollar empire. As AI adoption exploded, NVIDIA's revenue, profits, and stock price reached record highs. The startup that had once struggled to survive became one of the most valuable companies in the world. For Jensen Huang, this wasn't overnight success. It was the result of decades of patience, innovation, and believing in a future that others couldn't see. The big lesson. Jensen Huang's story teaches us that the biggest rewards often come from long-term thinking. When everyone else focused on today's profits, he focused on tomorrow's opportunities. That decision changed not only NVIDIA, but the entire technology industry. Today, NVIDIA powers AI, robotics, autonomous vehicles, scientific research, and some of the world's fastest supercomputers. And with artificial intelligence advancing faster than ever, the company's journey is far from over. From a small startup founded over lunch to a trillion-dollar technology empire, NVIDIA's journey is one of the greatest business success stories of our time. And at the center of it all is Jensen Huang, a leader who refused to give up, even when failure seemed inevitable. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more inspiring stories about the world's biggest companies, billionaires, and breakthrough technologies. Now tell us in the comments, do you think NVIDIA will continue to dominate the AI industry, or will another company take its place? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.